Hello, I'm Raggy Oman. Welcome to Witness. Ajay is 13 and homeless. He fled an abusive family and moved to the capital of India, New Delhi. He sleeps rough at the central market, but he has big ambitions. He wants to be a bank manager when he grows up. Like most kids who dream of becoming fighter pilots or brain surgeons, Ajay's hopes seem pure fantasy. But in New Delhi, there's a charity that tries to give these vulnerable kids a way out, teaching them how to invest in their own future. It's not a hugely bold plan. The cost of running the program is a pittance, and the boys' savings would barely get you a cup of coffee in some European cities. But the Butterflies Bank has been a resounding success. Similar schemes have now been launched in Pakistan and Afghanistan. Filmmaker Jeff Dunlop met some of these unlikely entrepreneurs banking on the future. Okhla Fruit and Vegetable Market in one of the world's mega cities, New Delhi, the capital of India. Delhi is a city with some 14 million mouths to feed, and more people arrive here every day. Like all the world's great cities, India's capital has a powerful magnetic attraction. It draws the poor and the ambitious from across northern India. Among the tens of thousands of people who come to Delhi in their search for a better life are young boys, runaway boys, fired by the idea that things just have to be better here in the city than they are at home. For these runaways, somewhere like Okhla Markets becomes a refuge, not just a place to find work, but somewhere to eat and sleep, a kind of home. Those children who can't find jobs in the market can forage among the scraps and piles of refuse to find something that they can sell. So Okhla offers the chance to survive in the city, but no family, no education, no prospects. Every now and then, though, a pleasing distraction can turn up at the Okhla market. Today, it's a mobile radio unit from Butterflies, a charity that focuses its attention on homeless children. The radio unit calls itself Butterflies Broadcasting Children, which neatly abbreviates to BBC. Like any good radio station, this particular BBC provides musical entertainment, but the music comes with a message. Sunil, who supervises the output of the BBC, explains to his impromptu audience, not all of them street children, that today they'll be listening to a documentary. It tells the story of one of the most successful of all Butterflies projects. So successful that it has spread beyond India to Pakistan, Bangladesh, and even Afghanistan. The project is the Butterflies Bank, an enterprise which allows street children to save some of what they earn. The Butterflies Bank can also offer them loans, possibly to start businesses of their own. What the children learn from the documentary is that money in the bank can't be stolen from you by bigger kids or even exploitative adults. They also learn that it's not adults who run the bank, but children as young as themselves. And it's children who produce and present the BBC programmes. At the end of each broadcast, they move in to get material for their next transmission. The big story of this and all the BBC output is that the Butterflies charity aims to help children to help themselves, to encourage them to feel that they are not alone in the city, that there is someone on their side. Chandan is 9. He's been listening with care and he's decided to find out what butterflies can do for him.
I pick rags for a living. We call it rag picking, but as well as bits of cloth, we're looking for things like plastic bags or paper or card. Then we can sell them to people who make money out of recycling. It's tough work. There are lots of people looking for the same kind of stuff, most of them grown-ups, and they're much better at it than me. But at least doing this, I can decide when I work and when I don't.
Chandan's regular beat is the old city of Delhi, in the area surrounding the Jama Masjid, the Friday mosque.
I came to Delhi because my mum died. At first, I was living at my stepmother's house, but they beat me all the time. If I tried to study instead of working for them, they'd beat me some more. So I decided to run away to Delhi. My village is a big village. There are 10 houses, all made of mud. When I was little, I played a lot with my cousins. We'd swim in the river, cut the grass, herd the goats. I could get food from any house in the village. But after my mum died, it all went wrong.
I swear to God I'll kill her.
It's different now. The people from Butterflies said I could come to the shelter near the old railway station and watch TV with the other boys. They even let me sleep here. Until I came to the shelter, I'd sleep on the roof wherever I was working, which is really hard in the winter when it's cold. And they've told me that maybe I can do some lessons in their classroom here. When I first got to Delhi, I'd walk all over the city looking for a school, but I couldn't find one that would take me.
The Butterflies organization reckons that there are 40,000 children living on the streets of Delhi. Most of them have fled their families because of violence and abuse at home. Almost all of the street kids in Delhi are boys. Girls are just too vulnerable to abuse to take the risk. Boys take pride in their ability to survive, but they too are exposed to abuse from older boys and adults, and the ever-present threat of hunger and addiction. Butterflies doesn't just protect the boys from the worst dangers, it also gives them the chance of an education and to develop new skills. Ajay is certainly learning new skills. He's 13. He left his village for Delhi when he was 10, fleeing from a father who beat him. But for the next 6 months, Ajay will fully concentrate on his new responsibilities. He's been chosen as the next manager of the Delhi branch of the Butterflies Bank. A bank manager at 13. Now that's impressive. The bank is an emblematic Butterflies project, one aimed at bringing feelings of confidence and independence to the street boys of the city.
Working as a bank manager gives me real pleasure. I'm proud that the other boys have chosen me. I like it that all the children put their money in the bank. I like it even more when they put more money in the bank. I don't get paid. I do the work because I like it. I take a lot of care over this job. I don't want anyone to lose their money. I'm learning a lot in my time as the bank manager. All the ins and outs of banking, how to use the cash book, record everything in the ledger and the passbook. These skills will be useful for me in the future.
On any day, the boys may only have a few rupees to deposit. But in 5 years, the Butterflies Bank has built up a working capital of some $20,000, aided by its branches in other South Asian countries. This is an idea that's really taken off. The boys who stay at the Butterflies hostel are expected to pay for their lodging to further encourage their sense of independence. But as each day ends, all over the city, children and adults are sleeping wherever they can find a place. Official statistics say that there are 100,000 homeless in Delhi, 40,000 of them children. But the evidence of your own eyes convinces you that there must be many times that number who bed down on the side of the street or in some quiet corner of their workplace. Okhla Market is a 24-hour operation, but people who sleep here have learned to shut themselves off from the light and the noise. Manoj has become one of Okhla's permanent residents. He is 15. His bed is the bicycle cart he uses to sell vegetables. Recently, he and some friends borrowed $100 from the Butterflies Bank to start a vegetable cooperative. Manoj came from the state of Bihar 5 years ago. The familiar story of beating and escape to the city.
I owe Butterflies a lot, and not just the money for the business. I was working in a hotel and got typhoid and pneumonia from the food and water there. And Butterflies got me into hospital. They looked after me for 6 months until I recovered. If it hadn't been for them, I'd probably be dead now.
Join me after the break as we meet more young entrepreneurs clawing their way onto at least the bottom rung of the ladder to success.